Adult animation is a very broad term and has many shows included in the genre, but a lot of them are vastly different. Adult animation is more of a spectrum, so I made a little graph to kind of help visualize. On one side, you have pretty PG, grounded shows like Bob's Burgers, King of the Hill, and on the opposite side, you have very crude and shock value shows like South Park and Brickleberry. In the middle of the spectrum, you have stuff that's pretty balanced like American Dad, Smiling Friends. On the bottom, you have evil shows like Mr. Pickles, Aqua Team Hunger Force, Squidbillies, where it's just really chaotic and a lot of people die. At the top, you have things that, make you ponder, wonder even, BoJack, Midnight Gospel, Flux, a lot of good shows. You have some shows like fucking Xavier, just, if you know, if you don't know, try to even comprehend this really whack-ass show.
I guess I'll be moseying on. Sorry, babe. I'm a rambler. I'll put some babies in your butt someday.
And then you have shows like fucking Primal. Ooh, the GOAT. I love Primal. But somewhere between Woodcrest and South Park, there's a small place called Chamberlain Heights, where 3 freshmen want to be legends. Legends of Chamberlain Heights was a show that came out in 2016, aired on Comedy Central, and has 2 seasons. It mainly had a comeback. Not mainly, it only came back for a moment because of TikTok. People saw that, where you going, Hemi, and they just fucking ran with it. Some people say it got overplayed pretty fast. People spamming that shit in comments. I can understand that he really does only say that shit like a couple times in the 2 seasons, but it is what it is. The main reception for this show when it first came out was like, oh man, this is just South Park but niggas, what the fuck, I ain't watching this. And it doesn't really help because I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it premiered right after a new season of South Park, so everybody was like, oh, new episode of South Park finally, yay, whoopee. And then it was like, what the fuck is this afterwards? Legends of Chamberlain Heights is just a slice of life show about the 3 freshmen, Grover, Jamal, and Milk. And I honestly did wonder what they would have become on some real shit. It got canceled, obviously, but I kind of wish on the last episode it did that old movie trope where the screen would pause and it would show a black and white picture of the guy, and so-and-so went on to live a healthy life until the age of 34. Then he was struck down by some illness, and it's it pretty much just sums up everybody's life. And I wouldn't have mind. I feel like they could have did some funny shit with that, but it is what it is. All great things must come to an end. Overall, I think the group of the 3 main guys have just worked. It's very good chemistry. The trio of them is just, it's funny. And that's the kind of thing that's one thing I like about the show is the style of humor. It's very fast, just kind of just back and forth quips between the main group.
Come on, y'all, we still in this game.
Let's go, Duncan, play some D.
We on offense, you mark-ass nigga.
Oh, shit.
Hey, y'all, why are cheerleaders looking like Draymond Green?
We go to Duncan. Yeah. And we go
It reminds me honestly of Smiling Friends, where you have moments where you're I don't know if this was a script or if this was just guys yapping in a recording booth. It's very natural feeling. And there's no long giant build-ups the fucking chicken fight or some stupid shit like that. All the characters in the show are pretty much just some kind of stereotype. Grover is the most normal character. Jamal is just a really fat black dude that's cracking a fat black Rasputia Norbit type of chick. Milk is just a hardcore wigger that acts ghetto and stuff, but he lives in a really nice gated community. Milk's mom is just a snow bunny bimbo that cheats on her husband. Montrell is Grover's older brother that had a lot of potential for basketball, but he decided he smoked up his opportunity and now he just slums it out. And
so is mine, and this afternoon service is about to begin.
Oh, word.
Hangs out. I don't think he has a job. Malik is the youngest brother. He is pretty much like Huey from Boondock, but he's only 8 years old and he's the father figure. But, he's mainly like Huey because he be preaching, but he's kind of like a contradiction because even though he's preaching about rising up out of black stereotypes, he's still slinging drugs on the corner. Randy's a closeted gay guy. The show's funny. I like it. A good episode to yap about is the episode Chocolate Milk, because it's all about colorism. If you light-skinned, you're getting treated right. If you dark, yellow eyes, ski mask, you ain't gonna be treated the best. There's a stigma. Don't mess with them YNs. Oh, hell no. But Milk, the episode starts off with Jamal and Grover getting invited by Apostrophia to this African celebration. And Milk's oh, hell yeah, I can't wait to turn up. And she's like, you white as fuck, Paul Wall. And so he ends up going to get a tan. He gets light skinned, and like the whole dynamic of the group changes. They went from kind of being like low-key losers to like everybody wanting, like all the hoes that curved milk want milk now because he's a light skin. He went from milk to chocolate milk. Eventually, you know, it starts off cool. He's chilling, boys are liking it, but then he switches up. He starts to act fake. He gets an ego. He let it go to his fro. So essentially, you know, he starts to steal Cindy from Grover, and that's like his whole goal of the show is to get with Cindy because she's a senior and he likes her and shit. He starts to switch up on Jamal. He takes the last sloppy Joe and like makes him crash out and tweak over the lunch lady.
Fuck you, Gladys! That's why you had 3 miscarriages, you barren, syphilitic, sour wolf cunt! Ooh, fish sticks! I'll take 2, please!
And then, you know, the downfall of chocolate milk was Malik. You know, he's talking to Malik. He's like, what's up, Nig? And the whole show, every time Milk says Nig, he gets slapped by Grover. He's like, you can't say that, you white. Now that he's light-skinned, he's like, well, I don't know, you know. It feels weird, but, you know, he gets the N-word pass, essentially, this episode. Whole life changes. He's drowning in clout. Eventually, Malik has a problem with this because he's just, again, taking all the benefits of being a light skin, I guess. You know, there's a little, he always has like a little speech. He's, you know, he's a preachy little guy. He's going to get his Milk's going to get his palms a little darker. So Malik sneaks in, turns up the tanning bed, and he like fries his ass. So he goes from a light skin, I'm pretty sure it's like he goes from like Kid Cudi or something to Akon. He becomes like black as shit, and now the hoes don't want to fuck with him. You know, he's not a light skin anymore, so everybody starts making fun of him, calling him Draymond. And eventually, because his name is Milton, but eventually he gets all this like shit said to him. And there's like a part in the episode where they're like, Milk hasn't been, like Jamal or Grover is like, Milk hasn't been exposed long enough.
You're right. Milk hasn't had a lifetime to build up enough stamina for all that nickiness. We gotta figure out a way to boot him back to Bieber.
So he starts just crashing the fuck out. He legitimately crashes out. And they take him to this rehab place. It's like Stacey Dash's rehab. You know, he gets the black beat off of him. You know, comes back. He's all milky again, just white milk. And again, this episode's pretty fucking stupid, realistically, but it, you know, it's just a good episode to yap about. But man, overall, this show does have some good ass moments. It might not be for everybody. This is just a show for like, if you like basketball, you'll like this. Again, it centers around basketball, but there's so much more to this show. And again, if you just want like a really quick, small show to watch, you know, you can just watch this shit online, or it was posted on TikTok at one point, but I don't know if it got taken down. Like overall, I think this show is pretty funny, pretty good. Got canceled, you know, I don't think it will get the Clone High treatment where it gets like a whole new like season and shit, but like it would be cool if they just made like one little episode to like show them as adults. Like I think that would be fun. But yeah, if you enjoyed, subscribe. If you didn't enjoy, subscribe. Maybe next video will be better. Hope everybody has a good day. Till next time.